These are the games of mainstream gaming. These are the Halos, the Calls of Duty, the Grand Theft Autos. These are the games that define our ideas about what games are for the most part. But in the world of independent games, some game designers are treating games as art. This is the world of art games. In the world of gaming right now, there's a debate going on about whether or not games are art. But I think what's more important to consider is that games are a medium that is capable of art. Just as not all films would be considered art, so too should not all games be considered art. But there are independent game designers who are working in the space where games and art intersect, and these are art games. These are games that challenge the preconceptions about what it means to be a game, games that challenge our assumptions about what a game is and what a game is not. And I love these games. Some of them are created over a process of years, some over months, some only weeks. But these games are created by people with great passion for the work that they do. It's just a shame that not everyone feels so excited about these games as I am. Because when you start to read about art games, what you'll find are game designers and academics and game journalists and critics writing and extolling the virtues of these games. And then you go online and you'll find the players raging against them. This is not a game, they will cry. This is pretentious garbage. I don't get it, they'll say, as though not getting it alone is enough to make the game not worth playing. In January of this year, an independent game named Proteus was released. Proteus is a game that is not like other games. It is played in the first person, much like first-person shooters that gamers are familiar with, but there's no shooting. There's no violence of any kind. In fact, Proteus lacks most of the goals and challenges that we associate with video games. There's no winning Proteus. There's no losing, although there is an end. It's a world that you step into and enter into a world where light and sound interact as one. Proteus is the only game I've ever played that makes me feel like I'm 12 years old again, running through the countryside, exploring just for the sake of exploring. And it's wonderful. And when the game launched on Steam earlier this year, a lot of players had the same reaction that I did to it. But a vocal minority stood up and said, "This is not a game." They even went so far as to warn other customers not to buy it. They were outraged that the developer had dared to charge for this game that wasn't a game. And the more I read about it, the more confused and frustrated I got, and I started to ask myself, why are people so angry about Proteus? Why are art games so dangerous that we have to tell each other not to play them? And I started thinking to trips I'd taken to galleries, and I remembered hearing the same anger there. This isn't art. My 5-year-old could have painted that. I don't get it. And I started to realize that a lot of the anger around art games is actually anger about art. And I think it becomes an issue of fear. We're afraid of not understanding art. We're afraid that the artist is laughing at us. So we lash out and we say that the work is pretentious because we don't want to take it seriously and then be told that it was all a joke. For too long, we've been told that art isn't for us, that art is only for those who understand it, that you can't appreciate a painting without understanding the painter's motivation and intent. This has to stop. Art is for everyone. Understanding the motivation behind a painting is important, but it's not everything. We have to get over this idea that there's a right way and a wrong way to appreciate art. Yes, context is important. It can help bring deeper meaning, deeper understanding to a body of work. Knowing about an artist or a movement or the intention behind a work can help you understand it at a deeper level. But it is not essential for having a personal experience with art. Sit in a gallery in front of a Rothko painting and tell me you don't feel something. Look at it, feel it, spend time with it. It's okay to love it or to hate it or be disgusted by it or bored by it, but it's not okay to dismiss it without consideration. Whatever you feel about a work of art or a game is important and valuable, as long as you've taken the time to give it consideration. Art games can only serve to expand this new medium that we call games. So embrace these art games. Give them a chance, because art doesn't ask that you get it. It asks only that you open your mind and experience it. After that, how you feel about it is up to you. Thank you.